We're in the Diet Burble kitchen and we're going to be making Bang Bang Thai burgers. In front of me are my ingredients for the recipe. I've got some minced beef, spring onion, mushrooms, new potatoes, broccoli and some other herbs and spices. The reason that I've picked new potatoes is because you get more new potatoes than you do ordinary potatoes. So that's a tip for you if you're feeling a little bit hungry on C2 and C3. Equipment wise, I've got a little food processor to chop my herbs, I've got a lined baking sheet and I've also got my Actifry. So let's start cooking. Okay, so I've chopped up my potatoes, I've added my oil and these are now going to start cooking for about 30 minutes. Next we are going to pop the mushrooms in the oven. I've added a little sprinkle of salt to them and this is going to dry out the natural juices and help them to cook. Really with mushrooms you don't need to add any oil because it just sucks up the oil. And then you'll end up adding more oil into your pan. So these are going to go in the oven for about 10-15 minutes just to soften. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make the salsa that's going to go with the burger. So in here we've got the sweet chilli sauce, the juice of half a lime, some coriander and half a chilli. I'm going to give this a blitz and I'm going to taste it to see if it's okay. Okay, so we've given this a blitz in the blender. I've had a quick taste and it is really spicy. So I'm just going to add some spring onion, give it another blitz and then pop it into a bowl. Okay, so my salsa's now ready. I've had a quick taste and it does taste very nice. It's very hot by the way. If you feel that when you're making this you don't have enough liquid because you've only added a bit of lime juice and you've added obviously your sweet chilli, then just add a tablespoon of water just to slacken the mixture and give it a taste. And if you feel it needs a little bit more lime juice, then add that. Right, so we're going to start making our burger mixture. In my little food processor I've got half of my beef mince, I've got some red Thai curry paste and I've got the rest of my spring onions. So I'm going to give this a blitz in the blender and then we're going to add the rest of the beef mince. Okay, so we've given this a blitz in the blender and you can see everything's all nicely chopped up. I'm just going to pour this into another bowl and mix in the rest of the beef and then I'm going to start making my burger patties. Right, just checking on the mushrooms. They've been in for 10 minutes. They're starting to produce some of their natural juices. So I say another 5 minutes and they're probably done. Okay, so we've got our burger mixture in the bowl and we're just mixing in the blended beef and all the spices with the remainder of the beef. So do this for a couple of minutes just to incorporate everything really well. And then we're going to form our burgers. Okay, so we're going to start to make our burgers. Now, you want to do this with wet hands because then the mixture isn't going to stick to your hands. So just take some mixture out of your bowl and just start forming a patty shape in your hands. And pretty soon it comes together. Okay, so the burgers are now ready to go into the oven. I've got the oven set at 200 degrees. We're going to put them in for about 20 minutes and then check them on. Okay, so just checking the progress of the chips. So they're looking pretty good at this stage. I'd say probably another 10 minutes and they're probably about done. If you've never considered getting an Actifry, I can't recommend them enough. They are brilliant. As well as doing chips, you can do risottos in them and you can also do fajitas. They're just so easy to use. You just pop your ingredients in them, put the timer on and just leave it to cook away. They're amazing. Okay, so normally in my recipes I say steam your broccoli to your liking, but just before I pop it into the water I just wanted to talk to you about the broccoli itself. I do cook the stalks because there's a lot of flavour in them and I just chop them up and just core them, pop them in and they're lovely and sweet. And they also form quite a lot of the vegetable, so if you do throw them away, you are throwing away at least a third of your vegetable. So don't be afraid to eat your stalks. Okay, so the burgers have been in the oven for about 20 minutes. I'm just going to give them a quick press with a knife and they feel pretty firm to the touch, so I'd say that they're almost cooked. Just going to give those another couple of minutes and I think they're done. Okay, so the dish is now finished and it's all plated up. All that's left to do now is to photograph this on my Instagram feed and for the website. The website will be featuring the recipe in the next day or so. So all I've got to do now is go and have my dinner. Thank you for watching.